The President of the European Commission, José Manuel Barroso, attended the Council of European Municipalities and Regions on Monday in Brussels. The event gathered 200 local and regional elected representatives and heads of municipalities and regions from 31 European countries to talk about cohesion policy and the consequences of the current debt crisis in Europe. The President stressed that in times of uncertainties, local and regional authorities could really make a difference in the lives of European citizens, building on a stronger and more united Europe. He also welcomed the outcome of the Durban Climate Conference, with a clear commitment of all major emitters to work for a legally binding global agreement. On Tuesday, President Barroso addressed the European Parliament in Strasbourg on the outcome of the European Council of December the 8th and 9th. He welcomed the summit results, and notably the agreement to create a genuine fiscal stability union as another proof of the European Union's determination to tackle persisting market tensions. According to President Barroso, the new fiscal compact, by building on considerable progress made so far, will foster more discipline, structural reforms for more investment, more convergence, and credible mechanisms of solidarity among the member states. He underlined that all these elements belong together and that the Commission will monitor how the member states have been living up to their additional commitments made in this agreement. He concluded by stressing that coherence and persistence will now be needed for the implementation of the growth agenda for the European Union. In his concluding remarks, he commented on the relationship between the United Kingdom and the rest of the EU.
I sincerely believe that we have a joint interest to agree and not to agree among all of us. I think that it is in all of our interest to have a United Kingdom government that fully engages with the other member states and European institutions. Indeed, it is the European institutions that are the best guarantee that the interests of all member states, including the UK, will be fully respected.
On Wednesday, still in Strasbourg, the President praised Poland for the political results achieved during its 6-month presidency of the European Union. The Polish presidency has worked under difficult circumstances with great professionalism and enthusiasm, said President Barroso, in front of the members of the European Parliament. He underlined that Poland has constantly pushed for more Europe to address efficiently the current debt crisis in Europe. The adoption of the six-pack, the legislative package of the European Commission to strengthen the economic governance of the euro area, has significantly reinforced the Stability and Growth Pact.
As we move forward, I would like that all member states will show the same level of commitment to Europe as Poland has shown. You will be a tough act to follow. The challenge ahead will now be with our Danish friends.
Denmark will take over the European presidency in a couple of weeks, as from January the 1st, 2012. Later on, President Barroso, together with the President of the European Council, welcomed the Russian President, Dmitry Medvedev, at the EU-Russia summit in Brussels. The three leaders met firstly informally during working dinner held at Val Duchesse, before gathering on Thursday morning for official talks on a wide range of issues. President Barroso welcomed the accession of Russia to the World Trade Organization, following 18 years of negotiations. He said that this development would open new opportunities for trade and for the development of bilateral economic relations. The EU ranks as first trading partner for Russia, and Russia is the EU's third largest trading partner. At a press conference following the summit with Russia, the President hailed the successful conclusion of the negotiations in Geneva on renewed government procurement agreement, after the 15 parties reached an agreement on an updated set of tender rules and additional market access commitments. The revision of the GPA would bring extra procurement opportunities worth around €100 billion and more transparent rules. Finally, President Barroso announced the launch of common steps towards visa-free travel, the full implementation of which can lead to the opening of visa waiver negotiations with Russia. Our common goal is to have a visa-free regime between Russia and the European Union, he said. Finally, on Thursday, the President travelled to Warsaw to attend the 6th edition of the European Development Days. The two-day event saw thousands of participants coming together to talk about European development cooperation and democracy. In his speech, President Barroso outlined the role of the European Union in supporting democratic choices throughout the world. He assured that the European Union is and will remain committed to the defence and promotion of democratic principles.
Yes, in Europe we have some problems, we know that, but we should never forget those that have even bigger problems than us. That in some parts of the world people don't have enough food to eat, they don't have clean water to drink. And I think this is simply not acceptable in the 21st century. With the great wealth there is all over the world, with the technology that we have today, to think that some people die because of hunger is not acceptable in moral terms. And that is why Europe has, even in the situation of financial crisis, to recommit to this great cause that is aid development and aid development cooperation. I thank you very much for your attention.